Now, another way you could be asked to draw graphs is be given a gradient and a y-intercept, a gradient and a y-intercept. So let's have a go at two or three of those. So I'm just going to choose sort of a random one or two. So for example, here's b, gradient of 4, y-intercept of -6. So let's draw an axis here. There's my x, y. So we're going to have a gradient of 4, y-intercept of -6. I'm going to make this my -6. And my gradient, my m value, is going to be 4. So let's draw it first of all. I really like drawing these anyway. So it's going to be a gradient of 4, which means 4 over 1. My rise over my run. So let's have a look. I'm going to go 1 across. There it is. It's my 1 across. I'm going to go 4 up. Let's call that there 4 up. Then I'm going to do the same again. 1 along. There it is. Then 4 up. So I'm going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, about there, yeah? So I've got a point here, a point here, a point here, and I'm just going to draw a line straight through all of those, hopefully hitting all those x's. X marks the spot. There it is, and there's my graph. Now this is going to be y equals, let's put the intercept in first, it's going to be a -6. My gradient is a 4, which means it must be a 4x. So my graph is y equals 4x -6. Let's go ahead and choose another one. I've got a gradient of 0 and a y-intercept of 8. All right, let's try that one. So I've got a gradient of 0, so m is equal to 0, and y-intercept is equal to 8. There we are, so let's try that one. Here we are, so I'll draw it like this, put the 0 down here this time because we've got y is fairly high up this time. So the gradient is 0, so in other words, it doesn't go up, it just goes along. So it starts at 8, here it is, I'll call that 8. That's my y is equal to 8. And it doesn't go up though. In other words, if it's got a gradient of a 0, it means it must start at wherever this point here is and simply go along. It's not going up, it's not going down because the gradient is 0. So we've got a line that looks like this, and therefore the equation is y is equal to, in this case, it's going to be 0x plus 8. So the line is y is equal to 8. And there it is, y equals 8. That's my line. All right, let's have a go at another one. What about this one over here, C? A gradient of -3, y-intercept of -1. So here we go. I'll redraw this one here. So here we go. There's my x. And we've got a y here. And we're told we've got gradient, m is equal to -3. And the y-intercept is -1. So here we are, here's my -1. I'll call that there -1. In fact, I probably should draw that on the other side because I think I can see what I'm about to do here. When it's negative, it's going to end up, well, it's going to be this way here, and this might get in the way. Oh no, I'll put it there, that's fine, -1. Put it down a little bit. All right, so I'm going to start at -1. -3 means we've got a rise and run. Well, we've got a gradient's -3 over 1. So I'm going to go 1 along, 3 down. So I'm going to go 1 along, call that 1, and I'm going to go 3 down. 1, 2, 3. There it is. 1 along and 3 down. 1, 2, 3. I'll call that 3 there. So now I'm going to join those up. Here we go, and it's going to look something like that there. And that is my graph of y is equal to, let's write all this in. I've got a y is a -1, there's my intercept. And I got my gradient as -3, which is -3x. So it's -3x minus 1 is the equation of the graph. So whenever we want to turn one of these into a graph, nice and simple. So this one over here, gradient is 4, so it's going to be y is equal to 4x. Intercept -6, there it is. This one here, I've got gradient's -1/2, so it's going to be y is equal to -1/2 x. Intercept is 2 plus 2. This one here, gradient of 2, intercept 7, so that's y is equal to 2x as my gradient. Intercept is 7. There it is. What about this one over here? Oh, I just done that one. What about this one here? Undefined gradient. Ooh, I like that. Through 2, 5. Well, if it's undefined, it must be a vertical line, yeah? And it's going through 2 along, 5 up. So we'll just draw that now. Here it is. So here's my graph. There's my x going through 0. There's my y. It's going 2 along, 1, 2, and 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going through that point there. But it's vertical. It's going through that point there, and it's vertical, it's undefined. It must look like this. So it doesn't just go through that point. It's basically going through this point is the key one, which is x is equal to 2. Because this is 2 along, 5 up. The 5 doesn't matter. It just keeps on going through that point and down below that point and above that point. So this is the graph of x is equal to 2. Hope that makes sense, folks.